Hello my friends and welcome back to my first impression video of Biomutant, and I know some of you wondering on what platform I ended up buying this game, and you know what? I'm not going to tell you.
PC.
Tony. And yes, of course, Tony is right. I ended up buying this game on the PC, and the reason is there is no native next-gen console version at this very moment. So we just have the PlayStation 4 version and the Xbox One version, and I'm really waiting for a native next-gen version on the consoles, and then maybe I'm going to buy it for PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X again, maybe. And without any further ado, I would say let's start with my first impression. So because you know me, I don't like to spoiler too much. We're starting from the very beginning of the game. Of course, your character selection, and you have a ton of options from the breed, from class, from special ability and so on. There's a lot to set up, and sometimes I'm ending up spending a lot of time in the character actually generation. Especially it happens with Divinity Original Sin Part 2. I spent hours in this menu or in this character selection. Here, thanks God, it's a little bit easier, and what I'm doing today is I'm just, very quickly we're doing anything because I like to show you, of course, the game, and this is absolutely up to you, up to your preferences. So I'm just, I don't know. Yeah, let's take Sentinel and of course confirm, and now we're already ready to play. And of course the very beginning from the game is like a tutorial. The game shows you what to do, gives you a little bit of hints, and also you start choosing your direction, what you want to go. If you like to have a dark red as in strength power, or you like to have color me light blue for freedom and loyalty. And to be very honest, at this point I don't know if this decision what you made in the beginning is very important later on. I don't know. Okay, so I'm always like a freedom loyalty, and I'm always like try to be the good guy. Okay, like this, you get me. I'm pride. Okay, I can't choose black over pride, unfortunately, but again, it's absolutely up to you, and I really don't know if this is very important in the game later on. So because this is an open world game and you can play for many hours, and not quite sure if it's very mandatory or important in the beginning what you choose. So, and here we are. First decision, left or right? Don't know. Let's take this path. Right is always right. Correct. Not always. Come on. So gameplay so far, nothing new to existing open world games in my opinion. So we have to consider that this game is made by a very small developer team, and especially in terms of the, how should I say, graphical performance and graphical visualization on the screen, you can actually see it, that you don't have a studio like Rockstar Studios or Sony or whatever. You really can see it, and in some terms you can feel it in terms of the gameplay as well. Because what I like to see, or what I don't like that much, is your character feels very arcade, like arcade control on racing games. When you have this Need for Speed or whatever, sometimes it's very arcade, and it feels like the same in my opinion. If I compare this to Ghost of Tsushima or to can't be skipped, or to Horizon Zero Dawn, then the controls are very direct, very direct. In all the other games, like especially in oh my god, okay, sorry, especially in Red Dead Redemption, the controls are, compared to, what do you have to do? Okay, let me just try this here. I need to concentrate, so I can't talk and... Ooh, wow, okay, this is not too bad. Panther sweep, yeah! Parry, we have to parry. Okay, we can do this, come on. Yeah! Viper bite. Oh, that's the Viper Bite, cool. Rapid Furry. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so you have a lot of buttons, of different buttons, of combination of buttons, but yeah, this is actually a cool thing, and now I have to escape. Just give me a second. What I was going to say, compared the controls here in this game compared to games like Red Dead Redemption, they are very direct here in this game, which is good, but a little bit something new, to be very honest, because I played Red Dead Redemption a lot, Horizon a lot, and Ghost of Tsushima, and all those games have a little bit of a, how should I say, delayed response. Like it feels more realistic, to be very honest, but this is a little bit different, more arcadish, very, very direct, but when you get used to it, you can actually control your character absolutely perfect. Okay, so let's talk about graphic and performance on my PC. AMD 5950 CPU, and the GPU is a 3070 from Nvidia, 32 GB of RAM, and everything is installed on SSD. And this is at the moment in the maximum settings, by the way, in 4K. I will just show you this. So vertical sync is off at the moment to show you the frame rate. We have a very nice feature dynamic resolution. I will talk about this a little bit later, but everything is maxed out, even the advanced settings. So keep in mind, when you set your graphic preset to max, the advanced settings are still on the default settings. Okay, so you have to change this manually to max if you like to have really the maxed out graphic. Okay, so and this is what you're ending up. I have around 50 to sometimes 80 frames per second, and thanks God to VRR and G-Sync, this is actually not a big deal, you know, that it comes down to 50 FPS. Of course, 50 FPS is already not nice anymore, to be very honest, but it is still playable. Okay, so when we're talking about the graphical quality from the game, then I have to say it is just average, full stop. It is just average. There is nothing I would say which is outstanding, not at all. I would actually say especially the grass and the shadow quality from the grass is sometimes terrible in my opinion. Sorry to say this. We have sometimes very low resolution in terms of textures. This at the moment is fine, it's okay, but then on the other hand we have also flickering textures, and also shadow quality is sometimes very bad sometimes. So at this very moment it looks okay, but especially when you look here, it is flickering here as well in the corner, and this is just at the moment, it's okay at this very moment, but there are many, oh, like here, examples. Wait, I will just jump here. This doesn't look good at all here, not at all, you know what I mean? It's just not good, full stop. Okay, so the graphic quality in my opinion is really just average, but again, I get it. We have a very small developer team, and to create an open world game like this with this size, and it is big, okay, and you have a lot to do and a lot to discover and so on. That's not easy, okay? I get it. And if you consider all of these things, you feel and you see that it's not a studio like Sony, like Rockstar Games, or many more. You can see it, but I'm actually impressed what this small studio can make, because it is really good for a small studio. Okay, so again, to make this clear, graphic is just average in my opinion, but considering that we're talking about a small team, it is still okay then, okay? And furthermore, graphic is not the main priority in a game, shouldn't be at all, you know what I mean? Of course, a great looking game is perfect, and you like, everybody likes high-end graphic, you know? The same with me, I like it, but it is not number one, it shouldn't be number one at all. More important is gameplay, is feedback, is controls, and the overall impression from the game. Oh, hello. Let's fight a little bit, because especially the fighting sequences, I really like it. And again, there are so many buttons later on with... Oh, come on, yeah! Done. And just a little advice. So when I started the game, I'm a casual player. I chose the difficult easy. Don't do it, okay? Even for me as an absolutely casual player, easy is just way too easy, way too easy. There is no, yeah, it doesn't make fun, of course, you know. To be very honest, it doesn't make fun. Even you play against very big animals, you just have to hit them 3-4 times and you're done. They are done, you know, you win. That's not really nice. So I'm not sure if you can see this. We have also pop-ins in terms of shadows, which is also not very nice. And again, I'm running at the maximum graphic here, around 55 frames per second, which is fine. It's not too bad, okay? For open world game, not too bad. But if you compare this to Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon, Zero Dawn, and I'm really talking about PlayStation 4 games at the moment, then this is just average. So let's talk about sound and music. And if you like to hear this in a very good quality, just check out my Let's Play channel, because I recorded already a little bit of gameplay material or Let's Plays, and I uploaded this in 4K. Not HDR, because I forgot to say this, there's no HDR implementation on the PC, and I'm not aware about that there's any HDR implementation on the consoles as well. So unfortunately, but again, that's okay. So I like to show you something very, very interesting or funny. So this is your map, and when you have these markers here, like this one, like this one, that's a map marker, where you can actually reveal a little bit more from the map than you can interact. And what he's doing, he's peeing on the marker, which is, yeah, which is something new, okay? That's really funny. So there are a couple of really new things, funny things in the game, which I really, really like. And again, sound and music. Sound and music, especially during some video sequences, and you know what, let's skip this, I don't want to spoil it too much. During a couple of intro sequences and video sequences, you have very nice background music, and I love it. I love it. I have to say I love it, okay? The sound effects are just normal. I can't complain at all, you know, they're good, they're on the point. You can hear everything when he's walking through the grass, when he's walking on a footpath. You can easily hear where he is walking. Absolutely great. Okay, let me just skip this forward. I really don't want to spoil it too much. So, but here again, graphical quality from the water, we have seen so much better. We have seen so much better on PlayStation 4 games already. But again, it is playable, absolutely playable, okay? Okay, leave me alone. Oh, don't spoil it, no, go away. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So, one thing what I really, really don't like in the game, and there's also advice what you should do, I would just strongly recommend, watch this. So when you start playing and you never changed anything in the settings, especially the audio settings, you have those settings. And two very important settings in my opinion for better gameplay are actually the narrator setting and the gibberish setting. So narrator means how often a narrator speaks, and gibberish are just how often a creature speaks gibberish. And with gibberish, the meaning, let me show you this. Let me just crank this up a little bit. So when you go to a new character or to any character and they're talking to you,
another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today.
Okay, wait.
His only interest when creating is that what he comes up with is actually useful. He was hoping you could help him.
So, what the character is doing, he's talking gibberish and the narrator is actually translating this to you. And what I found is, so if, where are we? Audio. So if you remove this or reduce this to 0, both settings, it is so much better. It is so much better, especially in the beginning from the game, the tutorial from the game. You have a couple of characters that are talking to you. It takes at least 5 seconds before the gibberish ends, and then the narrator starts to translating what's going on. And in the beginning you have a lot to talk, a lot to read, and it is just a waste of time, in my opinion. A waste of time, really. I'm a guy, I don't like to read a lot of text. I know this is an open world game, and it's a adventure game, action, RPG, whatever you call this, and there is text to read. I fully get this. But please make it in a way, or in a way the people like to do it. And what I also found in the very beginning from the tutorial, there's a lot of text. Oh, I can't go back anymore. There's a lot of text which doesn't make sense at all, you know what I mean? It looks like that they're trying to extend the game a little bit. I hope it's not true, but it looks to me. So make sure you actually set those settings back to 0, because then you have a much better or fluenter gameplay, to be very honest. Yeah, and we can't go in here and they're not telling me why. That's how it is. So what we have to do here is actually we have to dig for stuff, which we can of course easily do. So, and we found something, yes.
He wonders what usefulness you found. He says whatever it shouldn't be.
This is much better. Now it's reduced to 0. There's maybe just 1 second or whatever when he's talking, and then the narrator already starts translating. Much better. So what is my conclusion to this game? A little bit hard, because first of all I haven't played that long, you know. I have just 2 hours in the game so far. For an open world game, this is nothing, okay? But my first impressions are actually really about the first impression. And my first impression is okay. But this almost okay, okay? Let's say like this. If you would ask me, I recorded so far, I think, gameplay material around 2 hours. Would I continue recording at this very moment? No, I would not. Because it is interesting. The beginning of the game, every new game of course is interesting, but so far there is not this spark, you know what I mean, as what I had in Horizon, what I had in Ghost of Tsushima, or games like that. And again, I get it, we have multi-million-dollar companies against this, yes, but unfortunately we are used to have games like Horizon Zero Dawn, AAA games, you know what I mean. This is not a bad game, don't get me wrong, but if you have to choice or to play a game like Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Tsushima, or many more, The Witcher, then you would probably, then you would probably not choose this one, okay? Oh, this is actually, wow, come on. And you know what I'm also missing? A lock up function to a special character, to a special enemy. This is what I'm missing, come on. Oh, wow, hey, what the? Okay, anyway, so even, you know actually what? I pressed the button like crazy and nothing changed. I actually think this is on purpose, but just correct me in the comment section. I was not able actually to do anything. No worries, so my conclusion at this very moment, if you are absolutely a big fan of open world games, then give it a try. If you have the choice to play a Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that, or Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation, then I would actually prefer or would recommend to go with a game like this. This is an average game. It's not a bad game, but it's, in my opinion, just average, okay? So, my opinion, just put in the comment section what you think about the game, and yeah, I'm happy to discuss this, okay? Thank you very much for watching me. I see you next time. Bye.